Come on. What's going on, everybody? It's your boy, Code 102, aka Aiden, and this is the match reaction from Newcastle versus Manchester United. Manchester United absolutely crushed them 4 goals to 1. Martial with 2 very clinical goals. Rashford with a header, and Mason Greenwood with one of the best goals I've seen this season. That kid is something special, man. Like, you can just tell by his demeanor, by the way he plays, this kid can seriously do anything he wants on the pitch, and he's only 16 years old. I mean, my goodness, I'm going from 1-0 down very, very early. This is a performance. This is the best performance you could have asked for. I mean, honestly, this was crazy. I did not expect when going 1-0 down to retaliate like that. I mean, we created chances, so many more chances than we usually do against the opposition. We had possession. We played our hearts out today, and we deserved this win comfortably. And this is the performance that we need more of from our players. If we can bring this type of attitude consistently every single time we step onto a pitch, the sky's the limit for us, and that's what we got to find. That's what Ollie needs to find. That's what our coaching staff needs to do. We need to find consistency, and in this performance, not one player put a foot wrong today. I could honestly say that every single player was fantastic today. There is seriously so much appreciation that should go out to these players today. We give them a lot of stick, and most of it is well deserved. If anything, it is more than well deserved. But you can't complain about it today, man. I mean, they retaliated and they brought the fight to Newcastle. That Newcastle loss that we suffered earlier in this season was rectified and then some today. So, I mean, I'm just extremely happy, man. I mean, it's 6:30 in the morning, but I can't be happier. I'm so happy I stayed up for this game, as I do for all Man United games. I love this club too much not to watch it, and it pains me when we lose. But victories like this, it makes it worth watching. It really does. So I guess to do some player ratings, we'll start off with David De Gea. I mean, man, you got to give him a 7. I mean, he didn't really have much to do. He did concede, but the goal was unstoppable, right in the corner. So he couldn't really do much about that. Plus, he was solid when he was needed, but he really wasn't tested. Wan-Bissaka. You got to give Wan-Bissaka an 8. He was fantastic. He was sensational. He won all his duels. He wasn't exposed in any ways. He did suffer cramp, I believe, during the end of the game, but he got a fantastic assist right onto Rashford's head. That's what we need more out of Wan-Bissaka. Defensively, best right back by far, not even close in the Premier League. But we need more. We need more crosses like that. We need more attacking prowess from Wan-Bissaka. I heard that he started as a striker in his career, so I don't see why we cannot see more of this in the future. I mean, he's so young and he's so good. There will be more chances for him to develop his game. I mean, just got to give the lad some time. I'm sure he'll figure it out. Lindelof and Harry Maguire, I think they both deserve 7s. I mean, they didn't really need to get much into the game at all, really. Lindelof, didn't see much of him. Harry Maguire just took a crazy shot in the second half. I mean, if that went in, what a goal that would have been. But other than that, it was solid, very solid centre-back pairing. I mean, they didn't attack much, so we didn't really get to see much of them, which is always a good sign. I mean, the centre-backs, I mean, that's probably centre-backs and full-backs, mainly centre-backs and goalkeeper. You do not want to see much of them, because that just shows how good everybody else is playing, that your centre-backs do not need to be involved whatsoever. I'm very happy with how they played, as well as Luke Shaw as well. Luke Shaw gets a 7 as well. He was, you couldn't tell he was on the pitch, and that's probably the best thing. He didn't put a foot wrong. He attacked. He got some shots off. He played very well. I'll give him a 7. Unfortunately for Scott McTominay, he got subbed out at half time. Hopefully everything's okay with him. Took a pretty hard knock there. Um, he will get a 7 from me. When he was on the field, he was just like his normal self, man. He was making those passes, those heavy tackles. He was creating opportunities. He's probably been a very consistent player for such a young lad, and fair play to him, man. I mean, he has proved everybody wrong. I mean, there were so many people saying this guy will turn into nothing. And even though this team is up and down and very inconsistent, the one consistent is that this guy has become a leader for us in many ways that when we talked about needing a leader, this could be our leader for the future. And we need to respect him and we need to appreciate him for what he does, because I guarantee you, when he doesn't play, we will struggle. Just like when Paul Pogba doesn't play, we struggled. We'll go to Fred. I think Fred was fantastic today. I think Fred was absolutely amazing. This is another player where we gave him so much stick. He didn't get any playing time. He was so inconsistent, but he kept fighting his way into the first team, and now it almost looks like he's irreplaceable in that team. I mean, what didn't he do today? He made opportunities. He passed the ball to everybody. He was a mastermind in that midfield today, and for 90 minutes, you could not get the ball off him either. I mean, I maybe saw one turnover, but he was fantastic. We'll go to Andreas Pereira. I think Andreas Pereira gets an 8, man. I mean, I didn't even give Fred a score, sorry. We'll give Fred I think Fred's an 8.5. Yeah, why not? 8.5. Andreas Pereira gets an 8 from me, an assist to Martial. When our number 10, when our Cam plays good, we will make those opportunities. We'll create those opportunities. We need our Cam to be one of the best players on the pitch. And today, Andreas Pereira was one of the best players on the pitch. He created the opportunities. He ran. He did everything that he needed to do today. He got his assist. He created opportunities. He tried to score. He took dead ball opportunities. He nearly scored a beautiful free kick to the near post. Was struck beautifully. And you can just see when we have our Cam playing very well. This is why we needed a consistent number 10. I love Andreas, but I'm not sure if he can do this consistently. I mean, he's just shown that he's been a very consistent player like most of our team. If he can be a consistent player, if any of our number 10s, Angel Gomez, Jesse Lingard, Andreas Pereira, Paul Pogba in there, anybody that can play that position and take it by the hand and dominate it and make it their own, will be just fine for the rest of the season. I think that when we have the ball, when we have possession like we did today, we need to create the chances, and we got those chances from our number 10, so fair play. We'll go to Marcus Rashford. Marcus Rashford, fantastic header. I'm not sure if he had his eyes closed or not, but whether or not he did, beautiful jump, perfect header, near post, easy as you like. Beautiful assist from Wan-Bissaka. Rashford did well to put it in. That gave us a very easy ride from then on out. We'll go to Mason Greenwood. I already talked about the goal. Rashford probably gets an 8 from me as well. I think most of our attackers get an 8. Greenwood gets an 8. I mean, I didn't see him much of the game besides the goal, but when he has the ball, he just looks like a star. He looks like people fear him, and he's already so young, and he's making it extremely hard for anybody to take his spot. No, I really do not think that Daniel James can take his spot if that's how he's going to play consistently. And he's consistently been playing like this. He's scored goals in nearly every game he's played. I mean, what can you ask more from a youth player that's just coming out? He can score with both feet. He's very intelligent with his passes. He makes the runs. He's not even a right winger, but he plays that right wing incredibly for his age. If Mason Greenwood is going to be consistently starting, do we need a right winger? I mean, of course we do. We need a right winger, but how can you take Mason Greenwood out the team if he's going to play like this all the time? God knows, but it's a good problem to have. And of course, Martial, I mean, He worked. I really want to give him a 10, but I'm not. I'm going to give him a 9. He was really, really good today. He worked extremely hard. He pressured the ball into for that Greenwood goal. It was his push. It was his. I can't even say it. It was him. It was just his intelligence, his hard work. He turned the ball over. He helped Newcastle turn the ball over for Mason Greenwood to score, and plus clinical finish for the first goal, and the second goal was a cheeky lift up over the keeper. I mean, you can't. That's Martial for you. He gets in those positions. This is why he's our number 9. This is why he's our main man. As much as Rashford can play there, Martial brings something unique, brings something different, brings something that we need. And when he's on, he's on. He will destroy teams, and he destroyed Newcastle today. Single-handedly, he destroyed Newcastle today. He created 3 out of the 4 goals. What more can you ask for from your striker? I will give him a 9, but I really wanted to give him a 10. But maybe I will give him a 10. Yeah, Martial gets a 10 from me. I mean, there's so much more I can say, but I'm gonna end it here because it's around like 6:37 a.m. and I really want some sleep. I'm excited to see what happens next. I will try my very hardest not to take this overboard because I know that our team is extremely inconsistent. I forgot to do the bench. Let's do the bench. Pogba gets a 7 from me. He did nothing wrong when he came on. He created some chances. He got into some great opportunities on goal, all saved. Juan Mata, I'll give Mata a 6. I mean, he did turn the ball over a lot, and he did hesitate on a chance that he could have got the ball when the goalkeeper fumbled it. But it's not really his fault, man. Like you don't expect the goalkeeper to fumble it from a cross like that. And Jesse Lingard, I think Jesse Lingard gets a 7 as well. Didn't stop running. The guy looked like he nearly had cramps. I nearly ran for about half an hour or so. But what can you ask? It's Jesse Lingard. That's what he does. Almost got Juan Mata a goal. He's just he doesn't stop running. And yeah, all right. I'm excited to see what happens next. Thank you guys for watching. All I have to say now is let's hope we can get some consistency in our performances, because if we can do this against the smaller teams, I'm telling you now, the bigger teams we've defeated, or pretty much all of them except for Liverpool. I mean, we've done what we needed to do to the big teams, but the smaller teams are the problem, and we got to deal with the smaller teams. And it looks like we're on the right steps. This is a big win for us, and it's more important than you'd probably think. We're still fighting for a top 4 race. I just hope that we can get there, and I hope that this is the start of consistency, because that's the most important thing for us. We got to be consistent. This has been your boy Code 102.